Girl, we are going to get in this new show that has started on OWN called Never Ever Met. Never Ever Met. Either way, it is wild. However, if you really watch and expand your mind, really listen, there can be it's a roadmap of red flags and what you can look out for. Some are very blatant in your face, and some are so subtle that you have to listen. But overall, it was popping off the first episode. So let me know if you all have experienced any kind of red flags, some that you couldn't see before, or some that you had a question about. And sometimes watching things like this is almost like a mirror because some things I was triggered with. But before we get into that, let's do this.
This for the queens, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and Buddha walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun kiss goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti. Black girl magic, melanin popping. Whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, dog.
All right, we are back. We're going to get right into it. But before we start, I want to take care of some housekeeping. If you all have any questions and you want to drop it in the chat, let me know what your thoughts are on the show, some of your key takeaway moments. Just drop it in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if it is a replay, type replay game in the chat. But more importantly, follow your girl on all social medias. Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. Subscribe to this channel because I have my girl on, and we're gonna do these on a rolling calendar. We're getting it together, but you're gonna see a lot of us together. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss it. Okay, you will not miss any episode that we drop, as well as the audio podcast. You know, we're global over here at Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together, and there's a lot going on in the pipeline. So I want you all to stay abreast of everything. Enough of that. Let's get into it. I'm going to bring my lovely guest. She's also a friend and one of my favorite people on this planet. Hey, Viola.
Hey, oh, that was sweet. I love you back.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes.
To be here. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff together, but this is one of those things where I kind of get to kick back and take off kind of my professional hat and go into personal. So I'm like, oh, let's get it.
Exactly. So speaking of professional hats, can you briefly tell everybody who you are and what you do so that they know what fire we got coming with today?
Okay, well, my name is Viola Borden, and I am a licensed professional counselor, licensed mental health counselor, and mental health practice owner. I've been doing mental health for about 5 years now. So I really enjoy what I do. I love helping people and coaching, and especially like working with couples. I do a lot of relationship work. I have a specialization in sex therapy, DBT, as well as trauma. So those are my specializations, and I really, really love what I do.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. I know the passion, and this are conversations that we have, so enlightening and just so fulfilling. Feels good. But we're going to get into the mess right now.
Oh my goodness, and is it a mess?
So We are going to talk about OWN's new show called Never Ever Met. It's a show about people who have dated online, but they never met. They will meet each other on the show for the first time. And then they will all, not just each couple, all the couples live in the same house.
Recipe for disaster.
Absolutely. So we've both been in relationships. So we've been on both sides, the unhealed and healing side. So we have a vast uh, scope on what we're about to talk about. And if anyone,
Mhm.
if you're listening, drop a one in the chat if you've heard about the show or if you watched it already. We really want your input. So y'all bear with us because just like you all, we do not know all the couples. We have our notes. So if we mess up, good. You are our other co-host. You let us know.
Mhm.
So let's see. Let me start with the picture and then we can go with that. How about that? Oh, we have some
Oh,
comments
yeah.
already. Hey April, Shayna. I have to watch hers too to make sure. Okay, let me get with it. So we will start with um oh here it is. We will start with Sienna and Brandon. They've been dating
Mhm.
for 8 months. I do not have their ages, but you know,
Yeah, I didn't catch their age either.
I saw it, but I did not write it down. So we'll go with it. We'll figure it out throughout the season. So
Mhm.
they've been dating for 8 months. Let's see. She has a love and an adoration and respect from their dating. And what are your thoughts? How do let's base this? How do they look aesthetically?
You know, okay, so these are the two, if I'm not mistaken, that did the cooking class together on the first date, right?
Yes, the cooking class.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's the way that I've seen this first episode was either there were couples that were all the way on one end of the spectrum or all the way on the other end of the spectrum. For me, this couple kind of lands in the middle. I'm not
Hmm.
quite sure what's going on with this couple yet. They seem to be aesthetically, they seem to go together well. They seem to be genuinely interested in each other. That's just best way I can explain it. There's some couples that I was like, oh, absolutely not. And then there's some couples that I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. These two is kind of like up in the air. I don't really know yet.
I don't know either. Aesthetically, to me, they look like they match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They seem like they're into each other.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, let's see, it was 8 months, right? So I forgot where they lived, but they're not local. Okay, so Shayna said he's 35 and she's 43. He's 35. He looks
I
older than
did
that.
catch that because I did notice that she was much older. Thank you for that, Shayna. I did catch that. I was like, whoa, okay, she's older. And I mean, when you think about 35 and 43, is it really that far away from each other? And when you think about it being a female and a male, you can kind of think it does seem further away. Women, they say, mature faster than men, right?
Hmm.
Hmm,
Yes, he
that's
looks older
interesting.
than 35. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if I should. I thought he was older, and I believe Shayna because she's up on it with her YouTube channel. So, I mean, he's cute. I think he's handsome.
Hmm. Yeah,
She
I think
doesn't look.
like you said, aesthetically, just looking at them, if I didn't know anything about them, I think they're a pleasing couple.
I do as well. She doesn't look 43. She looks younger than that to me. I
Hmm.
think she does. So, the thing I was going to say that one thing, this is overall with online dating or talking on the phone, as people say, hold on, Shayna said, I think their ages are okay. If he was in his 20s, it'd be a no for me.
Hmm. I
Agreed.
agree, Shayna.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
agree. Hmm.
Their age doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
this age. No, I don't think so. But this is overall with dating. When you talk to someone without seeing them face to face and having those interactions. I believe sometimes you create these fantasies. And so when
Mhm.
she said, and I'll read it again, she has love, adoration, and respect for him for their dating. And I'm not saying that she doesn't, because I don't know her, but I do believe that sometimes we build these fantasies on how they could be, and proof shows when we get to the last couple.
Mhm.
I'm
You
sure.
know what I'm thinking about in terms of those 2, and it's specifically about the first date? It's funny that you say that the love and the adoration, right? Because during that scene, she did say, "But it's different meeting in person." You know what I mean? And that
Right.
she was, so I wouldn't say that it was really, she was so far into the ideals that she was being unrealistic, you know what I mean? Because her
Mhm.
feet were kind of planted. She was like, "But I know that, I have to get to know him in person." So I think she was being realistic.
Yes, and I'm glad too, because I was
Mhm.
hoping she would have added that second part. So she
Mhm.
seems aware of it, that she knows that she has to have a physical connection.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They were pretty much uneventful, which is good,
That's
right?
why they fell in the middle for me. There was nothing kind of, explosive, or nothing kind of like, so I'm still feeling those 2 out.
Right. Do you remember what
Mhm.
city they were in?
No, I know that I saw Florida come across a few times. I know somebody's from Tennessee. I know there's a couple from California, Los Angeles, I believe, but I
Mhm.
don't know. I think it's more South oriented couples
Yes.
and West Coast. Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. So, okay, let's see if anybody put anything else in the chat. Like I said, they were uneventful, so I didn't have much to report on them. Did you have
Mm.
anything else?
No, no,
Good.
they're just,
Yeah.
I have nothing really on them.
I just thought about this. Probably the couple who's the most uneventful, who we wouldn't have much to report on because nothing explosive. Those would probably be the healthiest couples in the end of this process.
But you know what, too? I think that that's true, because holding some back or keeping some back for yourself is important in relationships. But I kind of think like you can see health. You know what I mean? You can see health, the way that people interact, the way that, so I can't tell that they're necessarily healthy yet, or if they're
Mhm.
just, they haven't shown us yet who they are.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Hmm.
Meaning they're representative.
Boom, there you go.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So let's talk about this couple, Millie and Greg. They've dated
Hmm.
for 5 months. Or wait,
No, 3 years, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think 3 years, right?
where's Shayna? Shayna, help us out. If you're still logged on, Shayna's going to be our co host.
Yes, I'm here for it.
So,
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking 3 years, because I'm thinking this is a couple that is in the same city, right? Same state, same city and state.
no, they are not.
They're
Mm-mm.
not?
Not that
Oh,
I have on my
girl.
notes.
Let me make sure, 'cause I might be all wrong here.
Let's see. Maybe I just missed it. Let's see. Because, all right, well, we'll go with what this picture says. How about that? Oh, wait, we have, let's see what she says. Oh, did? So Shayna says it was 3 years.
Okay.
My fault. You know what? Lesson for me, do not
Yes,
do
they
this.
both live in LA. Thank you, Shayna.
Lesson
Yeah,
for
I
me
thought.
not to take my notes after I've taken some Benadryl. So, okay, so my bad. Yeah. Okay. So 3 years and they're both are from LA. Okay. Well, what are your thoughts on them?
Oh, I had a question for you about them, because living
Sure.
in the same state and city, right? For 3 years and making zero effort to see each other. What, I mean, what do you think about that?
So, what I think is that my notes are messed up because I have the wrong couples with, so I'm gonna wing it. So,
Girl,
with
let's
that,
make some lemonade. Let's make some
I'm gonna
lemonade.
make some lemonade. Okay, if they live, no, because they live in the same city, it makes me wonder who's the one who's pulling back. I would not, absolutely not date anyone if we live in the same city. And it was 3 years. No, ma'am. No,
Mhm.
ma'am.
And you think it's
No.
just one over the other, or could it be both of them? Because I think it has to be both of them for 3 years. It had to be both of them. You don't hear in the first episode anything about somebody like saying, I've been trying, and this person is pulling back, right? So to some degree, I feel like that's on both of them. That if 3 years in the same city and state,
Hmm.
that's yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like, come on now.
I think time will tell. Because some women, and I'm speaking for women because I'm not a man, but I know
Mhm.
some of us sometimes, because I've done it myself, that we hold back. And sometimes we want that relationship so much that we're willing to take something and not all of what we want. You just
Mhm.
talked about it in your video about holding back. Oh, yes, we are live today, Quita. Yes, we are live. So that some of us sometimes hold back for what we really want, our needs and wants. So I don't know if she's complicit or it could be both of them. I'm really
Mhm.
curious on how time goes by on when the representative starts to on everyone just starts to shed and see
Mhm.
what's really going on under the hood. Let's pop this hood.
Right. Did you catch the statement where she said that she has a fear that the friendship might be lost if it doesn't work out? That's her what she said is her reason for holding back of not meeting. Did you catch that?
I did. I did. And I'm thinking, how deep of a friendship are they already having if they're already in the same city? Um,
Yeah, but you know what I think about the fact that are you looking for a friend or are you looking for a mate?
when you talking about the sister,
Her, yeah. Because she's saying that she's afraid to lose the friendship if they take it further and it doesn't work, right? Now, if
mhm,
you went online with the intentions of finding a good friend, then all right. You know what I'm saying? But did you go online to meet a mate? You know what I mean? This is the part for me with dating that kind of gets underneath my skin. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
mhm,
scared to take the risk, you know what I mean? But if you want a partner, you have to be willing to take the risk, right? Unless you're just looking for a good friend, then stay there and be cool with that. You know what I mean?
right.
But I understand the fear, but to me, it's not a logical fear for 3 years to be in the same city and not meet with each other. That's just
That's
my
wild to me. And we're talking about this couple, correct?
yes.
Okay. So with that being said, um, somebody doesn't want to see someone.
I think it's probably even deeper than that. It could be.
Somebody probably has a partner. I don't know. I
Something's
don't know.
going on. Something's going on. Yeah, there's fears, there may be traumas, there may be who knows, you know what I mean? But 3 years in the same city, like a bus ride or a Uber ride, you
Right.
either way. Come on.
So this is a perfect example of what it looks like if you really want to make an effort for someone you want to see.
Mhm.
So everyone listening, Viola and I live in different states. She came down to the state where I am at. Before she left her state, hey Ursula, I'm on my way. Um, can we meet up? One time we did it, it wasn't possible because of my work schedule. And
Mhm.
then when she came down again, guess what? We made it work. Both of our
Mhm.
calendars were clean and we made it work. And we weren't
Mhm.
on the same side of the city as well, but we made it work because
We
what?
weren't even in the same state.
We've been in the same state.
But that's what
And
I mean. People make things work that they want. You know what I mean? They put the effort in. Yeah.
mhm. So did you catch this with him? He's cute, by the way. I think
He
he's
is
really
attractive. He
handsome.
and he has a very natural, to me aesthetic. It's not like, oh, he is, over the top gorgeous, you know what I mean? But there's something
Right.
about him. I think for me, his personality so far, what I see, right, might be kind of adding to that for me in terms of his
Mhm.
attractiveness. That's just me.
Right. And she's really pretty too.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's very beautiful, very
how do you
beautiful.
think they look aesthetically together?
Yeah, I think they're an attractive couple.
I think
I
so
don't
too.
focus so much on the aesthetic, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
me personally, but
Mhm.
but I think they're an attractive couple.
So did you catch this when he said that he was really attracted to her, but he said that he's not going to tell her? Did
Was
you
that
catch that part?
was that him? Oh, wow, I did hear that, but I didn't realize that it was him who said it. Yeah, I did hear that. I did.
He
Yeah,
said,
to me, that's kinda game playing a little bit, you know what I mean?
right. He said he can't tell her how attractive she is. He won't tell her
Because
because women
women
like
want,
men
right?
who like
Yeah.
to play hard to get. And I have a note that he's already playing games.
Mhm.
And she said that she hasn't seen his serious side yet. Um, I think she wants a deeper connection rather than him joking all of the time.
But I caught something though. She did say that, right? And the thing that's hard is because they do these little testimonials and you really don't know when the testimonials are recorded, right? You don't know if they're recorded after the scene, before the scene, right?
Mm,
But she did say kind of like right after that in the testimonial about when she was saying about how she wants him to be serious and she hasn't seen his jokey side. But do you notice when they went on their first date and they were on the little paddle swan, right?
mhm,
Everything he said, she laughed.
mm.
She laughed, right? Before he laughed. If you catch it, right? And some things that he said could have been taken as okay, just a statement or right, a joke. But everything she said, she internalized it. To me, it sounded like she was internalizing it as a joke. Because before he got the last word out, she was cracking up. If you don't want it, you know
Ah,
what I'm saying? If you want, give a serious tone, be like, oh, that's interesting. And then he may follow. Because it seems to me like a lot of these guys are either playing into what they think the woman wants, right? Or what they think other these men are thinking of them, right? So sometimes
mm,
I feel like, you know, if she would have came down and not laughed, I'm not saying you got to be all stern and serious, right?
right.
But if she would be like, oh, that's interesting, I think that he would have responded with, oh, okay. She turns things he says into a joke, is what I'm trying to say, because she laughs
Mhm,
immediately. I don't know if you caught
mm.
that. I caught that.
I did not catch it, but now I'm going to open my eye and my ears to that. She did
Mhm.
say that he was a little more serious towards the end of the date. So that
Mhm.
made me feel good that,
Yeah.
and maybe he was nervous. I don't know.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably feeding off of trying to get to know her, and if he finds that he makes her laugh and that's what she likes, he's gonna keep running with it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or he
So,
may. I shouldn't even say he's going to.
right. So
Mhm.
can we talk about him playing games when he was not telling her how he felt?
You know what? I do think I don't necessarily see it as games yet.
You don't.
I think that it sounds like it's a game, right? It could be
Uh-huh.
taken like, oh, he's playing games, but I think that they're so early on. You're feeling each other out. You don't really know what to say or what to do. You know what I'm saying? I kind of
Right.
feel like he didn't give me the playing games energy. I'll say that. It did seem like a game statement, but it
Okay.
doesn't feel to me like game energy.
Mhm.
Right? I think that he's genuinely interested in her and he's trying to figure her out or figure out what she likes. And he may be making an assumption. That's just me. That's
Okay,
just
that's fair, that's fair.
yeah.
I think he
But
does
we'll see.
listen. We'll see, right. I got my eye on all of them.
I know you do. I know you do.
But what I liked was that she was happy because
Mhm.
for their date, he knew that she liked birds.
Mhm.
So they had the pat, which was
Yeah.
with the birds. So I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
he's listening to her. That's really good. So we have a comment here. Let's see. Superfood Parent said, I'm slow to chat, but I'm with you on the sketchy feeling for not meeting in person and you're in the same city.
Hello, superfood parents. I know that's right. Come on, make some sense. Make some sense of it, because it's missing me.
And then it takes you a TV show for us to meet. I, I'm gonna keep my eye on that because that doesn't.
Yes, something is off. Something is in the water. And what grandma said, and it's staying.
Something is definitely off. Chat, let me know, what are your thoughts? Would you continue to have an online dating relationship and you live in the same city for 3 years? 3, correct? And you have not met. Would you, well, what are your thoughts? Would you still continue to do, or would you be okay with that? Or, it's like having a pen pal.
It feels real safe.
Ooh, let's talk about that.
Sounds like it feels real safe to me, right? Nobody's making moves. It sounds to me like they fell into this comfort zone and it's safe for them. And that's why I said, to me, it sounds like there's fears, right? Because if I take it further, I'm afraid of what might happen, right? So it kind of sounds like fears holding them back. How you live in the same city and you make zero effort. You didn't hear them. And like I said, it's still early on, first episode. I don't want to make too many judgments, but they didn't say that they tried to meet multiple times, that you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it sounds like there's zero effort being put in. It just feels safe. I feel that they're guarded.
That would make sense. That makes sense to me. I can see that. Shayna said, I wouldn't do it for 3 months, let alone 3 years. That part.
That part. That part.
I would not as well.
No.
I would not. I like what you said about the comfort level. Because
Yeah.
you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's no risk, right? But with no risk, no reward either, you know?
Ooh. I
Yeah.
like that. That's right. No risk, no reward. Yeah. How long would you do that for 3 years?
Oh, no. I'm with Shayna. I'm like, okay, 90 days, because I like to take my time to get to know a person, you know what I mean? Video chatting, maybe talking on the telephone, but 3 years, absolutely not. Not gonna happen.
Nah.
In the same city. In the same city.
In the same
I can't
city.
even say if they in a different city. I would do it for 3 years. I can't.
Oh, I just
No,
thought of
no.
this. I'll tell you who it is when we get offline.
Yeah, yeah.
I will tell you who it is offline. However, okay. Well, you know where I live, what state I'm in. This gentleman, he lived in another state. We were attracted to each other. We've known each other for a while, but we explored, like, maybe we could date, see how. So everything lined up. We made the effort to meet each other, and we met in the Caribbean.
Nice.
You can make efforts if you really want to see someone. Here we are, coming
Absolutely.
from opposite ends of the country, but met.
You could be on the other side of the world, right? People find a way to make things that they want happen.
Right. So,
yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I got my eye on you, Greg and Millie. Okay.
Oh, let's get into it.
First of all,
yes.
does he reminds me of Martell Holt. He looks like
no, girl, no.
You don't think
so? You know what? Maybe it's his energy, because it ain't his look.
Ooh, okay.
No, Martell is a very attractive guy, and he knows it. That's the problem.
Right.
Martell is very attractive, but no, Aaron J is not on Martell's status. No, ma'am.
Like a younger version of him.
No, ma'am.
Let's see if I can find a clip. Let's see. Oh, here it is. You don't think he looks like a younger version of him?
No, I don't see it.
You said absolutely
I
not.
don't see it. I don't see it. But see how perspectives can be different?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't see it, honey, no.
You don't have a. It's right there.
Yeah, because
It's right here. He grabs
I
the
can't see the clip.
and he just like
You
looks
can't?
at the bottle of wine for a
No.
minute, and I'm like, you don't know how to use it, do you? Do you not know how to use it?
Hold
I
on.
mean, I've seen it on TV.
I don't know if
You
the
don't know how to
audience is
use it.
seeing it
Absolutely
because
not.
I just see the picture of them two.
So, audience, if you can see it, drop a one. See it and hear it. Let's
Because I can
see.
hear it, but I can't see it. I just see the dating for 4 months picture.
Oh, they go. Oh, let me take this off. Let's see if this works.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, got you, boo.
All right, let's start this over. Here we go. Well, now I lost it. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Oh, not the eye.
You don't have a. It's right there.
Yeah, because
It's right here. He grabs the corkscrew and he just like looks at the bottle of wine for a minute, and I'm like, you don't know how to use it, do you? Do you not know how to use it?
I mean, I've seen it on TV.
You don't know how to use it.
Absolutely not. Oh, not the eye roll.
It felt like a date for me. It was not a date for us. We have all these other things in common. We could have did something we both enjoyed. It's like I came here to date myself. Cheers. It felt just not natural.
Okay.
Why did I know that you were going to get a clip of this particular date? I knew that this was gonna do something to your soul.
Ooh, why
Yeah.
would you say that?
I think you don't like people playing games. You don't. You like, look, don't come with the bull crap. That's one thing I know about you, right? But there was something about, and I'm not even gonna say it's him. I'm gonna say there's something about her
Her.
that probably gets underneath your skin. Yeah.
She seemed mean to me.
You know what? She's definitely guarded. I could see that. I feel like she didn't have to put him on blast like that. She
Yeah.
didn't. In the comment she just said on the clip that you just showed, she said, I felt like I was dating myself. And I kind of feel like that's a unfair statement. You know, I'm big on language and how we word things and what we
Right.
say. And I'm kind of like, no, you dating yourself would be you setting up the date and you picking only things that you want. When someone goes out of their way to do something nice for you to try to appease you, he listened to you. I on that scene, I was like, why is she mad? Because he brought wine because he don't drink wine. He's thinking about you. He's trying to make this date special for you. He planned the date. And when you plan a date for y'all, then you pick what you want to do. But why is she so offended by the fact that he made everything about her?
Right. He
I was
made
like, oh, Ursula is not liking this at all.
no, he was complaining, making
Yeah.
digs off in front of him and in her
Yeah, that was
confessionals.
not good.
No, and I'm thinking he's trying his best. I mean, he's obviously he doesn't drink, so why the hell should he know how to open a wine bottle? I just
But
felt like she just
she said it. She said that he doesn't drink. So why are you gonna like put him on Front Street, roll your eyes, kind of snatching the wine opener, and why when you know that he doesn't drink? You know what I'm saying? But also I feel like he kind of set himself up, right? Because he pulled
yeah.
it out like, yo, I'm the man and I got this. You see the part when she was walking up and she was so mad because he's talking about he's sitting there GQ
That's how
and
he's
walking
looking.
slow like a romantic movie, right? And I and me, you know me and my therapeutic mind, right? I was like, okay, there's some stuff going on with him that I'm questioning. Now you're questioning her, but there's certain things about him that I'm questioning. Let me ask you, what is your first impression of him?
My first impression of him, he seems
Go on, say it. Go on, say it, please, so I don't have to say it first. Because people who have watched the episode know exactly why we're laughing right now. But it's the energy that he's giving off. He's okay. The nice way that I say it is he gives off a feminine energy. Is
Yeah.
that what you're thinking?
Yes, he
Okay.
does.
Yes. Now I was thinking there could be different reasons for that. It's not to say that he's not interested in women, right? I'm thinking that there could be some identity stuff there. When I look, I did notice that he's 27.
Oh, is he?
I know. Well, I think
I
that
didn't
it
catch
said he
any of
was
the ages.
27,
Wait,
right?
let's call Shayna up. Shayna,
Come on with it, Shayna.
Shayna McD.
Yeah, but
Drop
I
those ages.
Yeah, I think that it said that he was 27. And I'm like, okay, he's still kind of young yet. He's not even in his mid 30s, right? So I'm thinking that that feminine energy could be contributed to the fact that maybe he didn't have a positive male role model in his life. He was raised around a lot of women. There could be a lot of different reasons, not just that he doesn't like women, but he does give off a feminine energy. I think there's some identity stuff going on there. I think that he doesn't fully know himself yet, right? That's why he's trying so hard to be something. She, in all fairness, she probably expected and I hate to say this, I say this loosely, y'all, don't crucify me, expected to walk up and meet a man, right? And I feel like he's having some identity crisis stuff. He really doesn't know himself yet, right? So he's being what he thinks she wants him to be.
Right. It seemed like and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but like he mirrors what he thinks that she wants.
Absolutely.
And I think she feels comfortable being the more aggressive. And I'm not calling her an aggressive black woman. I'm just saying because I don't want anyone. That's not where I'm coming from. Like there's some people in relationships. Maybe that's not the right word.
But we'll just call it an alpha energy.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
She has an
Yeah,
alpha
she
energy.
comes off with the alpha energy. He definitely is a lot more subdued.
Mm-hmm.
It's another word. But she seems like she's comfortable. Wait, while I was looking for these TikTok videos, I found her TikTok.
What did you find?
Her personal TikTok, she is very much in touch with her. I don't want to get banned on TikTok. I'm not familiar with it enough. She's very open. She's very comfortable. Yeah.
With her choices, you mean?
Yeah,
Intimate choices?
with her, yes, definitely.
Okay.
So in watching it, I mean, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing because that's how she chooses a role, but she just seems like she knows what she wants, or at least
She
right
does seem
now.
very domineering almost in a sense, right? But I read a little more into it. I think that there's a little something more. I think that she is very domineering and she's very comfortable being domineering, but I think that she wants somebody that can handle, right? Her or can take charge, right? I feel like she's kind of searching for that. And that's why I feel like she came at him so hard and maybe gave him some of that energy like that because he failed to meet the expectation.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, I don't think she would have done that with that last couple.
Oh, I already know who you're talking about already.
Absolutely not.
Right. I think she's craving that in a sense because strong women, right, who give off alpha energy or dominant energy, right, sometimes want to be able to put their hat down and rest a little bit, right, and want a man that can take lead and take charge. So I feel like it's almost what you're seeing to me is let down.
Yes, she's definitely seems disappointed.
You've been dating all this time. How come you didn't know any of this? Now, I get that you're only online, right? But come on, there had to be clues.
I mean, we picked up on it and we're watching through the TV. A
One
TV
season, right?
is
One
right.
episode.
One episode with probably a
Yeah.
combination of 6 minutes. So there's no different than looking at the show or FaceTiming. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a sexologist.
Okay.
Well,
Which
that
explains
makes
her
sense.
openness around that subject. Yeah.
Oh, yes. So Superfood said, wait, I need to hear more about her. Are you saying she's high maintenance? I didn't get high maintenance from her. Mm-mm.
No,
I
no,
didn't get high
no.
maintenance.
I wouldn't say high maintenance either.
I
No.
feel that however she acts towards him, or excuse me, her feelings, that's how she feels, okay. But her communication,
Absolutely.
not
Yeah.
good. It's not good.
I
It's
think she doesn't navigate letdown or disappointment well.
What do you mean?
Like, to me, it was obvious she was disappointed from the moment that, from the way he walked, when he walked up to her, when they were first walking towards each other, she began ripping him apart by the way he was walking, what he was doing. And she even mentioned it and said that he was just kind of like doing too much. Right.
Mm.
So I feel like that had to be disappointing to her. And I feel like she doesn't navigate disappointment well, the way she responds. Instead of handling it kind of with a kid glove, right? Or saving his dignity almost in a sense, she's snatching the bottle, she's rolling her eyes, she's making all these comments about how he's doing everything wrong, how he's doing too much. What you called complaints, right? Her
Mm.
complaints is how she's responding to disappointment. That's my opinion. Which kind of
Mm.
falls in line with what you're saying. She's not really handling it well. She's not. But I think that it's because she's disappointed.
Do you think she's avoidant
What do you mean?
in relationships?
Oh,
Like
just
she
in general?
in general, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for all of her relationships. I can't read that far in, with her.
Mhm.
I think there's with it just being the first episode, but I
Mhm.
definitely think that she's used to running, like you said, running the show, and
Mhm.
she looks like she's ready for someone to kind of take the reins. That's what I get from it.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. Cuz she seemed when she was in the house that and this is let me back up. I know editing comes with the show, so I can just
Mhm.
go on what we see on the show.
Right.
I'm sure there's a lot the different factors, but on the show, it seemed like she had more of a connection with some of the men in the show. Just the communication. Not saying that there was any sexual energy
Mhm.
or just the communication. She was a
But
lot more
that's, if
friendly,
you notice, the men that she was connecting with, right? What energy were they giving off?
masculine.
Boom,
Yes,
boom.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. I like it.
Kinda good at this.
Kinda good at this. No, you're very good at
But we
this.
will see because it's still too early on to tell, right?
Yes, it's so early to tell, but this is the beauty. We can always roll back this bean footage and we can say, you know what? We called it, or
We was dead wrong.
dead wrong on this.
Uh-huh.
Dead wrong. All right. Anything else to add on that couple?
No, I was just curious as to how you felt his energy was. Yeah.
Yeah. And he seems
I'm
kind of
curious.
young,
Yeah, that's what I'm
he's
trying to
like
figure out.
figuring
Is
it
it
out.
because he's young and he doesn't know himself, or is it because there's something else there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woo.
Why
Okay.
did I woo already?
Because I forgot the order what was in. So when I saw their faces, so we have
I don't even know what that woo is about.
oh my God. So we have
Oh,
Shay and Josh.
yes.
And let's see if my notes match up with this couple through my Benadryl haze. So it sure isn't. Girl, I miss them all together. Okay. Is this the couple that dated for 12 years?
Yes.
Okay. She said she doesn't want to go into year 13 with someone she doesn't know. He said he has childhood trauma, has a hard time being vulnerable, and wants to know what it's like to be loved. He has a 13-year-old and a 3-year-old. And again, they dated for 12 years.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that using your kids as a reason or excuse is a good enough reason to not meet somebody in person after a long period of time?
It's not a good reason.
I was
I-
curious because I know you don't have any children, and I really wanted
Mhm.
your perspective because if you were dating a person that had kids and they kept saying, "Oh, my kid, this came with my kid. Oh, my kid's soccer game. Oh, this, oh, that," how for that period of time, I kind of think that, and I have kids, and I would be like, "Nah, bro, that's not flying with me."
It doesn't
Anyway,
work. I
yeah.
will share this with you. One person I dated a while ago, he had kids and they were, I don't know, 13 and 11, like that age
Mhm.
group. And when we weren't getting along and the path of our relationship, you could tell it was going to end because it just wasn't working. It went through its course. The more we were not getting along, the more he had to see his kids.
Oh, interesting. That's
Okay.
crazy. That's not surprising.
Right. Okay. Let's read this comment before we move on. Someone said, "Come on now, even even sitcoms do not last 12 years. If the child was 3 at the start, they'd be 15, so why wait that long?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're going to put a pin in that. I'm going to leave this comment up so I can remember. So
Mm.
yeah, I don't think it's a good excuse. I feel like
Yeah.
it can open up a conversation as uncomfortable as it is to why you do not why are we using the kid? Wait, let's back up. Why do you have a 3-year-old and we've been together for 12 years going on year 13?
Well, was the kid 3 when they met?
I don't think so. No. But I was
Oh.
in the Benadryl haze, so
Yeah, cause I really didn't catch like I can't say for sure the ages of the kids. I did
mhm.
hear it, but it kind of went in one ear and out the other. But yeah, that's a good freaking question. If they've been dealing for 12 years, and I would assume, right, to some degree, um, that the kid had to be born during had to be serious part of their relationship. We're talking 9 years in, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good question. If that's correct, that he has a 3-year-old. That's a good question. I did not catch that.
Shayna, where's Shayna? Shayna, drop it in the chat, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Yeah, but I think if I'm not mistaken, he's in Tennessee and she's in Florida, and she did ask about the distance between them, and
Mhm.
he said something about a middle ground, right?
Mhm.
And there being a middle ground. I was about to make a statement, but it kind of poses a question, right?
Let's
So
hear it.
when I hear a guy say we need to meet in the middle, and he said because he doesn't want to be that far from his kids, right? But
Mhm.
see, that look you got on your face is what's going on back here, right? And I said, but that ain't fair because I automatically thought of broke, right? Right? A man,
Oh.
right? Maybe the money finances ain't quite the way that they want to. But then again, I was like, well, that's kind of not fair to expect the man, right, to have to pay to make the travel or make to close the gap between them, right?
Mhm.
But what do you think about him saying his kids and having to meet middle ground? And if he has a 13-year-old and a 3-year-old, and you're saying to just visit each other, you got to meet on the middle ground. She ain't asking you to move in to meet to spend a weekend or a week together. They got to meet on the middle ground. What you think about that?
I think that first of all, 13-year-old is not a newborn. Unless the children have a medical condition. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, something where you have to be that close, or I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, because other than that, a third. I mean, I knew I grew up as a latchkey kid, so it was nothing to stay home at 13 years old. But I
Right. So
know,
your perspective might be a little
right. But I do know times have changed, and I've gone with the times have changed. But 13 years old is not a baby. I get
no.
it. And
But
3,
even the 3-year-old has a parent. Are you not confident in your ex's ability to parent your kid while you go away for a weekend? There's some stuff there to uncover.
or is he a single dad? I don't know.
True. True. Absolutely true. Yeah. I mean, still more stuff. We need more info.
Yeah, definitely more info. And that's another one who I think possibly could. Actually, I do think he's using his kids as an excuse, because he already said he was scared to meet her, which is one of the
Mhm.
reasons, at least this is what he said, why it's taking so long for them to meet.
Mhm.
Maybe his, not maybe, he said his childhood traumas, which was
I was
interesting
just
that he
thinking
brought
about that.
that up.
Yeah, because that could be why he's latching on too and not wanting to go too far because it could be the trauma.
Hmm.
Yeah, but at least he's coming to the table letting her know, right? There's some stuff here that I need to work through. Yeah.
But I'm gonna need you to stop using your kids as an excuse, sir. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, again, this is the lesson that I see for myself and anyone else watching this. All these situations are opportunities to have communicate, like some open, like really open dialogue. I mean, they've been
Mhm.
talking to each other.
Mhm.
You talk a lot in 8 months, 3 months, 12 years.
But you may not talk at all in 8 months, 3 years, 12 years. Depends on the people and their ability to effectively communicate. Because some couples can talk every day and talk about nothing and still
This
don't
is
know each
true.
other.
This is true. This is very true. So you're right. It could have just been surface level.
Mhm.
I want to hear more on what's going on with the mothers, I don't know, of
Of the
these children.
children. Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting to know. I mean, it would give clarity on some things, but yeah, I have a feeling that that's more rooted in him and his stuff.
Don't let me find out he has a whole wife or a living girlfriend, a common law wife at his house.
I doubt it. He better not be getting his butt on TV. They're gonna rip him a new one.
What's his name again? What's Josh?
Josh,
Josh, I'm
yeah,
watching you.
Josh and Shay. Yeah, I would hope not. I hope he ain't that crazy because you know what's done in the dark always comes to the light on these shows.
It exactly. Let me
Mhm.
ask you this. Do you think Shay is has like a rescuer?
You know what? I wouldn't necessarily say rescuer, but there is something going on with Shay that I peeped, right?
Yeah,
And it was the first date. Did you see her choice of clothing?
girl.
Okay, so
I'm
let me
glad
tell
you
you
cut
something.
me off because I
I'm
was about to
dressed right
go in.
now. I know. I know. Like I'm dressed right now. I'm kind of like I'm home. I'm comfortable. I'm chilling, right? I might look like a granny to some people, right? So I like a good sexy outfit every now and again. You know me, right? But come
Indeed.
on, there's limits, right? And I'm not shaming anybody for how they choose a dress, but I know that I feel there's a reason why she dressed that way, right? I really do. I feel like there's some insecurities, right? I don't necessarily feel like rescuer, right? But I do feel like to some degree there's some insecurities that she has, right? And sometimes we dress overtly to distract away from our insecurities. Most people would look at
Mm.
a person dressed like that and say, "Oh, she got to be real confident," right? To wear a dress like that, right? But I
Mm.
think either you could have to be real confident or right you can be real not confident right in yourself, and so you do that to try to pull or get what you need out of other people, right?
Mhm.
For that insecurity, to cover up or to feed that insecurity, right? You get what I'm
Mm.
saying?
I do now.
Right?
Yes.
I was looking at that dress and I was like, that she doesn't carry to me confidence,
No, she did not. No.
right? So I'm feeling like it's on the other end that she's not very confident and she overdoes it, right? To try to seem confident or to extract from other people either compliments or things to feed her need to feel confident.
Looking for that validation.
Boom, there you go. I was
Mm.
like, oh, something going on there.
Yeah.
Your first date, on the first day, that's the choice of clothes you choose to wear. And I'm not shaming anybody for dressing sexy. That's not what this is about. That's something different. That was some next level stuff, and y'all know it. Come on. Third
It-
date, fifth date, first episode. That's saying a whole bunch.
yeah, it was a lot. And I love a sexy outfit now.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little sexy
Nothing
outfit, a little
wrong.
pleated, a little form fit. Yeah,
Yeah, we like the
that
body
was good
cons
stuff.
over here, but that was a lot. That
That was
was,
next level.
and
Yeah.
I saw it, I was like, girl, what are you wearing?
Girl, you know what? I couldn't
Oh,
help but think about when they were sitting in the Ferris, was it a Ferris wheel? When they went on their date and they were in the Ferris wheel together.
mhm.
And all I could think about was all that just sitting on that nasty bench, that
Oh,
nasty
yes.
girl. I was like, oh, I would be cringing, right? If all my private parts and skin was that exposed to public. Yeah, I'm good with that. But that's just me and my stuff.
Right. I get it. I don't like to sit on the gym benches. I like to put paper towels or
Right.
something.
And you got clothes, like pants on or whatever. But I'm saying all that had to be skin. Because when you sit, then the behind raise it, that was all skin on that.
It
I
is.
don't know.
Because
Yeah.
when I play tennis, I have my tennis skirts and I'm very careful because it's short. So,
Yeah.
but back to her, we'll see because we'll play back this beautiful beam footage. I get rescuer from her. I don't
Tell me
know.
why you get that.
It just seemed like and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but it seemed like she wants to take care of him. And then I hear him talking
Oh,
about,
that she wants to rescue him. I thought you meant
yes,
she needed to be or wanted to be rescued.
that she wants to rescue him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
That's an interesting perspective.
Hmm. And the reason why I say that because he mentioned his childhood traumas or that he has them. And I'm sure, I don't know if he told her or not. He told us. So it just something
And it
about her.
kind of feeds into when I think about it from that perspective, it kind of feeds into what I'm thinking about the kind of like insecurity and needing validation. She needs to be
Mm,
needed.
it There it is. You worded it how I was thinking it, but you said it a lot more eloquently. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So it kind of now I can see how your perspective and my perspective kind of line up. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I could see that. I can't really tell yet because
Too
the
early.
him talking about his trauma, I didn't get that. Like it wasn't like my trauma being constantly brought up. So, but we are talking about a couple that's been dealing with each other for 12 years. So I'm sure in the course of 12 years that trauma subject probably has come up quite a few times, right?
Hmm.
But I don't necessarily see him playing into my trauma, I need rescuing. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? But who knows in 12 years what has transpired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's read some of these comments. Shayna said he used his kids as an excuse because he was in a real relationship at home. Ma'am, I'm with Shayna on that one. I I am.
There's something. There's
Don't let me
definitely
go in these TikTok streets and find out because these
you can
TikTok
start
investigate.
TikToking people. Be like, I TikTok them and I know the TikTok tea. That's what you need to call it.
TikTok tea. I'm with
TikTok.
Shayna.
Oh my goodness, sound like my aunt with her Facebook news.
Right. Someone said Josh plays too much.
Hmm.
Mm,
You
I
think
didn't get
so?
that.
Josh plays too much. I wonder, superfood parents, let us know why you think that. Let us know, because I'm curious. You know what I mean? Because I didn't
Mm.
necessarily see him as. I don't know if she's saying player as in a player or play like jokester or what.
I didn't see either one of those, what you
Yeah, I
just
didn't
said.
necessarily see
Yeah.
those, but I'm curious to know more a little bit about why she thinks that. But yeah, no, I don't think that.
So Shayna said, what's the girl's name?
Shay?
Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Shay. Okay, Shay hasn't had sex in 12 years, even though he has a toddler, but she decides to greet him wearing a table.
A napkin, Shayna. Not a tablecloth is being generous, honey. That was a napkin, okay? That
She
was a
said a
napkin.
tablecloth. Well, obviously he's still getting it. See,
Mm.
she says she hasn't. We're just gonna go on what she says. He's having sex because he has a
If he
toddler.
had the 3-year-old, it was fairly not that 3-year-old. 3 years was recent, right? But he's obviously having sex. And I wonder,
Right.
was there a breakup, right? If there's That's just leaving too many questions. Now that you said that, I'm like, a
Yeah.
3-year-old? I don't know. They must have
Exactly.
either broke up, stopped talking, something.
So if that's the case, then is break glass in case of emergency because I just want to talk to someone, have her on the rebound. And meanwhile, she has been celibate on purpose.
I didn't hear that, so I don't know. I didn't remember her talking about, and I could have missed it, but I don't necessarily remember her talking about her stuff. I remember she was sitting on a tub. Did you catch when she was sitting on a tub and somebody was asking her to borrow something? And she said no, she needed it, and it's something to do with her legs.
Oh,
I don't
about
know if it was
shaving.
I don't know if it was shaving, but to me, maybe that kind of indicated that she's maybe not as confident in what's going on with her body and stuff. I don't know. But I don't know nothing about whether she had sex in 12 years or not. I don't know.
She
I don't
said
remember
it
that.
though.
She did?
I
Yeah,
think she did
I must
say
have missed
that.
that.
Mm-hmm. Skank. I don't know. Skank. I don't know what that.
This gang could tell. Oh, I ain't gonna say it just in case.
Right. Let me get it off the screen. Okay. So
Superfoods.
yeah, she is funny. So let's see. Anything else? What about our notes about those two?
No, I was just curious as to what you felt in terms of the way she was dressed and her level of confidence and stuff, because something she's given something and I don't quite know what it is yet. I'm interested in knowing what it is. But I will say he does seem genuinely interested in her. I think he does seem genuinely interested.
I think it's mutual. I think they both like
Yeah,
each other. They're both it's
yeah.
mutual for sure. And he
Hmm.
seems nice.
Hmm.
Like a good guy. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Shayna said, I missed it too. One of my subscribers pointed it out. Pointed what out, Shayna?
Yeah, about the 12 years of not having, I'm assuming, right? Being
Right.
intimate.
Now I think she just hasn't had sex
She
in
was
12 years
ready.
with him.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was quick to jump on. She was quick to jump in the shower with him. She
She
did
gotta
say
lock that
that.
in, honey. She gotta lock that in. Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, I noticed that. She was like, we gonna bypass that. They went straight up the stairs and into the
And
bathroom.
she
Yeah,
was
I did see
leading
that.
him into the
Yeah,
bathroom. And well, she
yeah. She
already
was
had her
ready.
towel. Once she got out, she was already
I
wearing.
mean, after 12 years. Come on. She got
Oh,
some catching up to do.
that's a play on words now. You're right. Maybe not with him. If she's smart,
Yeah.
she wouldn't just wait on him. Oh, I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm real curious.
But yeah, she did not come off confident whatsoever to me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on,
Yeah,
or
because
is
I'm
there
ready to
anything?
get to a specific so and so's, and I'm waiting for you to bring them up. I don't know when they coming, but I'm ready for it. Oh, girl! Oh, the sky's parted. Yes, let's get into it.
Girl, let me get this off of here. Okay, so we have Diamond and Aaron H. Let me get my notes up. Okay, let me go in order. So Diamond said Aaron is her man, her boo. Um, he did some shady stuff, but she forgave him. And she said she doesn't do women because they're too let me just go and let me stop because I got a long list. First of all, let me get their picture off of here. Knowing what he did in their relationship, and we'll talk about that.
But give them a quick recap of what he did.
Okay, so he proposed to someone, he was engaged to someone, and he posted the ring on Facebook. And from my understanding, that's how Diamond found out that
During the
he
time they were seeing each other.
while they were seeing each other.
Mhm.
So he was in a relationship with Diamond and he proposed to someone else.
Mhm.
Thank you for keeping me on track.
Mhm.
So I don't know if anyone did that to me. I just would not be on national TV like my man, my boo. So now I'm already thinking. And then when she says, "Oh, I don't do women; they're too catty." When she said those two things, I'm sure there's more. It made me instantly think, "Oh, so she's male centered," because you already the women, unless something happened that we didn't see, they did not come off catty. They did not come off with each other.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, is she male
But she
centered?
didn't necessarily say that those women were catty. She just said women overall. She don't do women overall because women have a tendency to be catty.
Okay, I'll take that. I still
Yeah.
think she's male centered. I do. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So how long was
But with the catty statement, what do you think about women in general just being catty?
I don't think so. I mean, women can be catty, but I wouldn't generalize and say all women can be catty. Men can be catty, kids can be catty, cats can be catty. I'm not going to generalize that. But there are some, but I've had good experiences with women overall, so I don't put that stigma on all women just to lump all women. Women can be catty.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think I agree with you totally that some women can be, but I've met some catty men too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So I 100% am with you on that.
Yeah. So just for her to make that statement,
General
it just
statement.
makes me
Yeah.
wonder. Let's see what this. Okay. She was in a 5-year relationship, all online. My thing is that after 6 to 7 months, if you haven't met someone you're quote unquote dating, then expect catfish, catastrophic. Huida is she's an actress, so you can see how creative with
Oh,
her
okay,
words.
okay. It
Yeah,
makes sense.
she's a creative. She is.
Catnip, catfish, absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, all of them are have never met in person. 12
Right.
years, 5 years to 8 months. Yeah, they're all meeting for the very first time. Never ever met.
So let's play this clip, okay?
Okay, is this the same couple? Because I got some things. I don't want to jump yet.
Well, yeah, it's the same couple, and
Okay.
I described what they went through already. So
Okay.
it's not a surprise.
Why would you go on Facebook and show the ring that you was gonna propose to another woman? Aaron and I decided to go exclusive. Then he put a ring on Facebook proposing to someone else. So I'm like, what the hell? That was 2 years ago. I have been waiting to look Aaron in his eyes to ask him, what was the deal? I needed closure before I can see if we can move forward with us.
I loved you, Diamond. I always did. But it just seemed like it wasn't going to happen. I just have to admit, I had kind of given up for a second. I apologize for that. I'm asking for your forgiveness.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Why would you go on Facebook and show the ring?
Girl, I was jotting down my questions, some things over here while I was watching that. What's that face about? I need in on that. Cause I need to know, cause just fill me in.
So people can have their feelings. He felt that he gave up or it wasn't going to happen. Okay, that's fine. However, you did not communicate that.
Mm-hmm.
And he just seems slick, like he has an answer for everything. And this is just my opinion, she doesn't really come off too confident. So probably just really glad to have some male attention. She gave him very soon, just for her to say, I forgot how long they dated, but she waited 2 years to talk to him face to face. So you're holding on to that, but you're still having this exclusive relationship. And those words came out of her mouth.
Did you see that track shoes face she had?
The who?
Track shoes face.
What does that mean?
Girl, them track shoes was laced and she was ready to pounce, honey. She
Oh,
waited. She was like waiting for that moment. Like, let me lace up my shoes, honey, because she was ready for that moment. She waited 2 years for that moment. You seen it on her face, like, what? I need to know. She was laced and ready to go, honey. Okay, she needed to know. And come on now, 2 years y'all haven't hashed that out, and y'all supposedly still back together, and it took for y'all to be in this moment on camera. Okay, that to me seems a little far-fetched, right? But I
Absolutely.
can see how a person would need closure on that. I really you need to help me understand why that's
Mhm.
happening. What did you think about what he said, what his response was? Like, really, really, like him saying, I know you said he didn't communicate it, but just overall the fear. Do you think that that's really a genuine fear that he had, that it was never going to happen?
No, no,
I,
no,
I'm curious too about
no.
that.
I don't think he had a fear. I think well, the fact is he had women.
Yeah, I don't know about the fear, because it would be legitimate, but it's not legitimate to me, because I kind of feel like, okay, y'all had all these years, right, to make something happen, and you're saying you lost faith, as if, and maybe we're just lacking extra information. What did you try to do? What
Ooh.
were you trying to do to make it happen? How did you lose faith when it don't seem like nobody was putting any real effort in to meet each other? Or maybe we just don't have that information. Because I can see if you say, I ran 12 laps, I climbed the mountain, I did this, I did that, and then I can understand losing faith, because I put everything and poured everything I have into this. But we
Mhm.
don't have no information on what efforts were put in. So for him to say, I lost faith, I'm kind of like, well, why was the faith lost? I don't understand.
Exactly.
I'm lost. So I guess there's just stuff maybe that we may not know, because he could have tried everything, right? But
Mhm.
that's not what they communicated in the first
Right.
episode. you
Exactly.
know? So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me wonder. I like what you said about what steps were taken, because the biggest step, they still haven't seen each other in this entire time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what made you lose faith that you tried everything in your abilities, and it failed? And then I can understand and accept that, but we don't have no information on anything that he tried to make this thing happen. So for him to come with that certain statement of he lost faith, I'm just trying to figure out why.
Mhm.
Why?
Did you catch when she was talking to the ladies. They were sitting in the kitchen, and the way she
Yeah.
was, you saw that, the way she was
I
asking those,
couldn't wait for you to get there, honey.
the way she was asking those rapid fire questions to the ladies, almost in my ear, it sounded kind of judgy.
Well, I got my opinion on that. You want to
Yeah.
hear it?
And it sounded like she was projecting because it's like, were you going to put up with that? Ma'am, your man really embarrassed you on social media. Like, and you're up here
Well,
asking these.
that's why, right? I was tying it to the catty statement that she made coming in the door about women being catty. But something I caught about her when she first walked in, you seen when she introduced her and when she saw the women, she looked and the way she said, "You all are beautiful." It was almost like an accusation, right? Not so much a
Ooh.
compliment, right? Like, "Oh, I feel," and here we go again, and I don't think everybody's insecure, but these particular two women, I do. I feel like there's an insecurity there, right,
Oh,
in
yeah.
terms of other women, and that's why she made the catty comment, right, about women being catty, right? It's easy to write them off when you have a problem, right? It's kind of almost passive aggressive. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Right? So she came in and immediately it's like, you women are beautiful. And then I felt that whole rapid fire thing that you're talking about was because she's uncomfortable with herself and her situation and the way her man did her, she need to get the deets and the dirt on these other women. So when they come, because she feels like they're gonna eventually come for her because they're catty, right? She
Mhm.
got right, right.
Ah,
So
okay.
your man, and you said, right? But it's
That's
interesting
right.
that she's saying that these women are catty, and she was the only one to me that seemed to come in there catty.
Caddy.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Now, mark this. Who's to say? I'm very curious how her dynamic and her relationships will be with the women as the show goes on.
But if you notice, did you notice she said that she not here for women, and women are catty and this and that, but she was the very one that was, let's go talk about it. Let's go. And she was sitting down with the women and she was, you see, she's interacting with the women. Most women who say, I don't fool with women, women are catty, they're going to be standoffish, right? That you can tell that I'm not really sharing nothing with you. She was open the whole time and engaging with the women the whole time. I never saw one time, right, that she wasn't engaged. Right now, we're not talking about motivation. We're not talking about why she's engaged.
Okay, that's what I was gonna. Okay, there you go.
Right, not talking about motivation. We talking about the fact that she was not in no way, shape, or form, for somebody who don't do women, ever did you see any real resistance from her in terms of her engaging with the women? I'll wait for it. Because if I feel that women or a certain group of people, I'm going to come in more guarded. I'm not really going to be sharing. I'm going to be taking my time to feel, because I feel people out too. I don't just go
Mm.
into a room and be like, oh, I love everybody. You know what I mean? I got to feel you out and know what I can share with you. But she was just having conversation with everybody, and right, there was no real guard necessarily. If these women are catty, why you so?
Hold on. She was getting in there and asking them, but she wasn't giving up what she was going through with her man.
She was asking a lot of questions. I told you she was getting all her ammo together just in case they came for her. She would be ready for them.
Oh, okay. You did say that. Yeah.
That's why I
I'm
said not motivation. I'm not saying what her motivation was, right? But if you really genuinely believe that these women don't mean you no good, you really just gonna kind of keep. Most women are gonna just stay kind of to themselves and feel the situation out. And I don't feel she did that at all. That's why I don't really believe she believes that all women are catty. That was just an excuse.
That's a good point. Someone said, Superfood said, Viola is on point. Tell the show to get her on there to advise these folks.
Listen, there's so much stuff. I was like, "Ooh, Lord."
Let me see some of my notes. Yeah, she was asking women if they trust their men. That really
Mhm,
got me, but we talked about that.
mhm.
And I put he's a liar. His actions do not match his words. You know I
What
love
makes
you.
you say that? So that's a strong statement.
Yeah, you know I love you. I just don't.
Maybe he do.
Love doesn't embarrass people on. I don't know.
He
I just
carried her behind on TV after that was 2 years ago. She the one who brought it up. So in all really, if you want to get technical, she embarrassed herself.
ooh, ouch. Yeah,
Because he was like, if you notice, she said, wait, we just need to get through this. I need to, and he said, here we go. Did you hear him say that?
I
She brought it
did.
up. He didn't get on TV and embarrass her. We would be none the wiser unless we knew them personally, was in their personal life, right?
Mhm.
About what happened 2 years ago if she didn't bring it up. So that's an unfair statement, I think, to
I can
say,
take that. I
yeah.
can take that back. I can take that back. But I still have my eye on you, Aaron H.
I
I
know you do.
yeah.
I know you do. That's my boo.
I saw looking up these TikTok videos, I saw his personal page too, and I just clicked off of it.
You
He,
see, you already got him pegged,
I do.
side-eyed, and laid to the side.
I
I'm
do.
interested to see how this play out.
I really am as well. Just yeah.
Yeah. And
Just
also, what do you think about him apologizing? Do you felt it was genuine when he said it?
I I don't know. It
Do you,
possibly
when you say that, is that based on the fact that you already have a preconceived notion about him? You already ain't feeling him and think he's a liar?
yes.
I love it. I don't know yet. I don't know. I think it felt genuine. You know, I don't know either one of them outside of this episode, but it felt genuine to me. But we shall see.
What I'm going to do, and see, I'm building this plane in the air. I am not going to see. I get in a rabbit hole so easy. If I see their personal page, I'm not going to engage and look at it because it is already putting
It's
something in my
feeding that
head.
fire. It is feeding, but
It
you
is.
have to remember you're going to be hyper vigilant about finding it, improving,
Right.
right?
So
Yeah.
why you asked me that question. So I'm going to stick to what I see or look what I'm looking for, meaning clips for the show, but sometimes their
Mhm.
pages come up. So I'll just make sure to
Maybe
not.
not be, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
especially this early on. This early on. Yeah.
exactly. Especially this early on. Shayna said, I didn't like that the other women praised him simply because he is one of the older men. Girl, I caught that too. And all the couples are in the same boat. None of them have made an effort to see each other. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, but what is it? Do you think that that's the age equated with wisdom type of comment?
I think they felt that way.
Because they don't have enough age or wisdom on them to
Right.
know the
Because
difference.
he's
Yeah,
51. Several of
yeah.
them were in their 30s. They were younger than him. And
Mhm.
she probably is one of the older women there. And she's still young. She's 47 or 48. But what Shayna said, I saw that as well. How the other women, yeah, you go tell our men to
Train
do
them,
this.
teach
You
them.
tell,
Yep. Mhm.
and he's just like them.
Well, I don't know yet.
Well, he hasn't made they have not seen each other. That's what I mean. I mean,
Right,
I
they're
can't.
all in the same position. Yeah,
Right,
they're all in the same position. Yeah.
right.
But I do think that with age does should come wisdom. I'm not going to say it does come, right? But with age should come wisdom when you have more experiences, right? When you live long enough to experience different things, right? I think that it's supposed to come with more experiences. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with them thinking that, but
Right.
I have met some men who were in their 60s and they plumb fools.
Exactly.
Plumb
And I don't
fools.
feel like
Yeah.
they see the difference between being emotionally mature just because you're chronologically older.
Mhm.
It does
Mhm.
not always, it's not always equal.
But I will say this, it's going to be hard now because those women have put him on a certain platform. Now we got to watch out for, is this the role that he's going to begin to fulfill now, because that's
Mm,
what's expected of him, right? So
mhm,
now he's going to consistently be coming off as the older, let me lead everybody into this place of kumbaya, right?
mhm,
And because this is the platform, the place that they put him in, right? Or is
mm,
that going to be his real personality? Are we going to be able to receive it? Right. That might be truly who he is. He may be wise, a wiser older gentleman, but we might go, oh, he's only doing that because that's what they expect of him. It's a hard thing. That's why you got to be careful with people putting you on a platform and putting you in a certain place, because you'll start believing it. You know what I mean? You'll
that's
start
true.
living,
That's some good
but
stuff.
yeah, I'm curious.
That's some good stuff.
Hmm.
Superfoods agrees with Shayna. All of them are in a dinghy boat, all alone, fishing for love.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're all in the same position. Yeah, and all there for the same reason.
Mm-hmm. All
Mhm.
right. Anything else about these two?
No, I'm just curious to see what unfolds with her. I think that there's a lot of insecurity for her to stay, to
Mm-hmm.
stay in it, and yeah, or either full with courage. That, like I said, you gotta, if you want it bad enough, you gotta be willing to take the risk. It may work and it may not, but that's life.
Right. Were there any other questions on the notes? Because I saw.
No, I don't think so. I was just really curious as to what you thought about them two in terms of her in terms of the caddy comment.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think she's gonna stick by him no matter what.
But
She
that
gives that
too
vibe.
is the confidence type stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, here, drum roll, please.
Oh Lord. Oh boy.
Jesus.
I know
All
you
right,
got a lot to say about
girl.
this couple.
So we have
Is this the last
Alexis.
couple?
This is the last couple.
Okay, girl. Yeah, go ahead. I can't wait to hear what you got to say.
So this is, let's see, Alexis and Dominique. Let me get back to the screen. How long have they dated?
It says 6 months.
6 months. Months. I put in capital letters toxic AF. She they both have kids. She doesn't want any more. I didn't catch this part. If he wanted more kids. I
She
think
said, if I'm not mistaken, she said he wants more kids and she absolutely does not want more kids. And she said, why do we have to have kids? She doesn't understand it.
so. Right off the rip, they I don't feel like they should be together because that's huge. Kids, you're already
That's
not in
freaking-
alignment unless somebody concedes, but
Yeah, I mean, that's not just something to just breeze over. You know what I mean? When you're talking about
exactly.
children. But I think that from the perspective of he has kids and she already has kids, I think if he didn't have any children and he wanted to have children, it would be an even more important topic, right? And I'm not gonna say important topic, but a more I can understand him pressing the issue because he doesn't have any children. But if she's saying he has kids and she has kids, she's
Mhm.
looking at it like, look, we already got kids, let's move on to the next stage of our life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Uh, I also put that he wasn't attracted to her when they met initially. You want to go in order as I do this because I'm all over the place. What do
I
you?
mean, I just got so many questions for you in terms of that in itself before we move to the next question.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
I'll
to the
just.
next statement.
Okay, so you want me to just keep reading my little cliff notes?
Let's address it.
Okay, good.
Let's address it because I need to know what you think about exactly what you just mentioned right now in terms of him and his attraction. You said he wasn't initially attracted to her. You're talking about when they met on the show, right?
Mhm. He
What do
said
you
that
think
it
about that?
didn't match up. He said this I guess whatever he saw, whatever the picture she sent or whatever he saw, it wasn't the same in person.
Did you see the filters? The heavy filters on the pictures? I
Yes.
did see that, but that to me still isn't enough, right? Because we are living in a day and age where this is where we are in terms of technology, right? Shit,
Mhm.
I wish I had a filter on me right now with this afro, and you know what I mean? But this is where we are, right? But
Mhm.
I feel like he was body shaming
I was
her out
about
the
to say,
gate, body
yeah,
shaming her because I'm looking at her like she has a nice shape.
she does.
Right? But if you look at the pictures, she was like hourglass. There was a lot of filtering, right? And that's something that we need to be addressing when we're talking about dating online, right? You got all these filters on so that when they meet you in person, they don't even really recognize you. You,
Girl,
you know?
hold on. Let me tell you a story real quick. Girl, I met this man online. We went out to lunch, and he has a really good looking face, and he was handsome. He got to the restaurant before I did. And when I walked up, he was sitting at the bar. I said, okay, I'm just going to say it. He's trying to be nice about it. He did not
I
look
hear.
like he looked on his profile picture.
Mhm.
He was about 95 million pounds heavier. He obviously had some filter to get rid of the eczema and all of this stuff. It was
Oh,
all
the
on his
acne, not the
It was
acne.
horrible. I was pissed off. I really was. I was, because it wasn't what I was expecting.
But
It
it
wasn't
happens to women too.
yeah. Just like
And you don't think about that a lot of times because we as women, they think we're have a tendency to be more vain or more, changing, our filters. But it sounds
mhm.
like this guy, right? Maybe I don't know if he was insecure or why he felt the need to do that, but
It,
yeah, I don't really never really think about it from the perspective that it happens to women too.
it does. It does.
Yeah, now I've heard where they use a picture from, 5 years ago when they was 100 pounds lighter, you know what I mean? And then they show up
Mhm.
and they, 65 when they look 50 in the picture they sent you. You know what I mean? Like I've heard of stuff like that using old photos, but
Mhm.
using something like that's heavily filtered for a man, I wouldn't have thought that.
And why do they always hold fish in their profile picture? I
Man,
hate
it's the
that.
hunter gatherer, honey. It's the hunter gatherer.
That's
You
what
ain't
it
never gonna go hungry, right? If you got me,
I
you
guess
better hope
so.
she like fish.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I did catch the body shame and with
Yeah, I
her
didn't like
heavily
that.
filtered. I caught that as well. And he said that he changed his mindset about how she was shaped. I guess he said he
Mhm.
could work with it. So
Yeah, but he was saying like it sounded like he was saying her personality and getting to know her. But I'm kind of like, you knew her personality before you came there, even when you saw the pictures. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So I'm kind of like,
Exactly.
on them too.
Oh, absolutely. So I put on here he's a fake yogi. He was doing the most during their yoga scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, honey. That yoga was a hot bowl of mess. You hear me? That
It
was a mess.
it was, and they weren't doing yoga. I mean, yeah, I you know what? I feel that he was like, it's probably not what I want, but I can F her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what came through too in the scene. I mean, when somebody got you butt up, right? Face
Mhm.
down, butt up, right? And they shoving your back down and telling you they
Girl,
working on your arch.
yeah,
That was a hot mess.
it was.
But she was there for it.
Yeah, and all that giggling, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
she was
girl.
there for it. But if you notice, one of the women, I think it was Shay, said, I don't know her, but she seems like she's just here for a good time.
I missed that.
Yeah, she was like, I don't really know her. I think it was like the previews for what might be coming up in the season. And she said, I don't really know her, but it seems like she's here for a good time. She's down for
Mm,
fun. And that's the energy that she's giving off.
yeah,
So
yeah,
why they talking about whether they having kids or not having kids don't make no sense.
exactly. So he also said that they both are clingy. There was a scene where um, she was talking to some guy, I forgot their names, about the hoochie daddy shorts, and he was getting irritated about that. And when they were
Yeah.
sitting at their first date, he had mentioned something about the women, which I don't think it was a big deal. It didn't trigger anything in me, but she said, "No, you're not going to talk to anyone like you talk to," something like that. So,
Yeah. Yeah. She was putting up those parameters like this can't be happening. You can't be what she said was you can't be smiling at those other women the way you smile at me.
got it.
And he said, okay, because I'm the same way. I get it. So he was
Mhm.
thinking we on the same page. But then they
Mhm.
get to the house, right? And they both, and the crazy part about it is people feel like she's the one that crossed the line, but I feel like they both crossed the line. Because if you remember, right, your girl, the one you said with the masculine energy, you from Crenshaw. Oh, that's what's up. All that smacking and
You
dabbing,
saw
right?
that? She's dapping him
Yeah.
up like a dude.
Like a dude, right? So
Yeah.
he's probably thinking, right, that, well, that's masculine energy. That's not really flirting. That's me talking almost like to a homeboy, finding out
Right.
we got something in common. But at the same time, some dudes, right, or some people are attracted to people who have things in common with them, right? So to
Mhm.
another person, if she's not from Crenshaw, right, and she's looking at this other girl that's from Crenshaw that knows all the dope places to eat and all the stuff, that can feel like a threat. That can feel like a
Mm.
threat, the commonality and what they got in common. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like they both kinda, to some degree, began crossing the lines. She really kind of, because it wasn't just one man, right? It wasn't just Greg with the hoochie shorts. She was calling his shorts hoochie shorts, but there was another time when she was talking to another guy. Remember when he was sitting at the table rapping? When she was like, "Well, let me hear it." Talking to
Oh, yes.
he was kind of talking to everybody, which my thing is there's nothing wrong with that, but y'all already set up parameters before you went in the house, right?
Mhm.
Of what to expect. So if you heard him, he said, wait a minute, like I thought we was on the same page, but if that's the energy and where you coming from, I guess that's the energy we gonna be on. You heard what he
Yes. And when he said that, I said, "You know what? That's really childish. You're just gonna match someone else's energy." I mean, however they resolve it is how they resolve it, but
Mhm.
that
Well, you
right
see how
there,
they was resolving it.
well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that tit for
interesting.
tat, that
Yeah.
doesn't work for me at all. And
Neither
that
one of them
keeps
seem like they're ready for a serious relationship.
not at all. Not at
Mhm.
all. So, let me see what other notes do I have on here. Okay, well, the big thing that happened, I can play that video
Which one?
with
Oh,
their
okay, I'm with you.
yeah,
Mhm.
let's see if this is it. Oh, I skipped a couple. We'll do them real quick at the end. I just
Okay.
Yeah, I did skip a couple. Up, wait, this isn't it. It's still the wrong one. Let's see.
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, it took a turn."
No matter how good you treat that woman,
No,
That's a good
that's the
one.
wrong one.
No,
Let's
that's the
see.
other one. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
her get out. Get out the
let's see.
kitchen.
you do whatever your girl tell you to do. I'm the type of like I give that
Oh my
pussy the biggest
god. So
look.
you know what? We can talk about what happened. Those two
Yeah.
clips are for the other couple.
Mhm. Yeah, it's interesting because they were first laughing and joking, and that's why the people in the house were saying they didn't know that they were serious because both of them were laughing. And if you even look at their faces, you can kind of see him smirking. But sometimes I think with men, they're going to laugh until they're not laughing no more. And that's
Mm.
what I felt like it kind of was, right? Because he was
Mhm.
laughing like, you know how he's like, girl, get out of here with that. You trying to slap on me. You trying to say that. You trying to, right? And then it just kind of turned for him. You know what I mean? But she was uncomfortable because did you see when he had his arms wrapped around her trying to talk to her in her face like that? And
Yes,
holding her, and she would not make eye contact with him. Did you notice that?
I
She kept
did.
looking up to the sky. She was obviously uncomfortable, and at no point did she ask him to let her go, to set that boundary. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And he was like, "Oh, you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna do that, you're gonna," and he kept holding her like up, like, and she should have said, "This is uncomfortable for me. I'm gonna need you to let me go." You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the, they've been dating all this time. So this is a good topic to talk about, right? Because when you've been dating somebody for 3 years, 12 years, you know what I'm saying, 8 months, 9 months, and you really think you know a person, right? You think you know a person. I have a story I have to tell you about it after I was dating somebody and found out real quick, I really don't even know this person. You get the
Mm.
illusion, right, that you really know a person. You know what I mean? But in that moment, I felt like he felt that he could grab her up like that, but she was obviously uncomfortable. Obviously.
She
And she was
was.
laughing it off and like talking smack and laughing it off. But it was obvious that she was uncomfortable. And she never at one point said, I'm gonna need you to let me go because this is uncomfortable for me. And I think that that might have changed things because if you
Mm.
laughing and still talking smack and he's thinking it's okay because we've been dealing for how many 6 months, right? And we have this connection, he thought it was okay. And at no point did she ever say this is not okay. And then she started getting, he said, more verbally abuses. She started cussing, right? Instead of handling it at that point and saying, I'm gonna need you to let me go, she began to curse and become verbally abusive. And
Mm.
that's when he shoved and pushed her. I don't know if y'all seen it. Yeah, if I'm giving it away for you guys, but he kind of gave her a shove, like, get the freak away from me type of situation. And
Yes.
it kind of just spiraled from there. And that's when she started swinging and, and it was really a sad scene to see because he's obviously bigger than her. You know what I mean? Not that always, because a man is most of the times always going to have more muscular strength than women. There are
Mhm.
exceptions, but her swinging aimlessly, right? Because she's mad and angry and out of control, and him just kind of swatting her around, and you see how he was kind of like just handling her. You see that when
Right.
she swung and he grabbed her and kind of shoved her back. And it's obvious that he was much stronger than her. And at one
Mhm.
point, they showed her holding a pot and her saying, "Hit me again." You saw that part?
I did.
So it,
It was
it
a
went, it
mess.
must have really, really went to a whole nother level. It really did. But I feel like it didn't have to go there. It really didn't. If they would have caught certain things or had better communication early on and they were healthier people, it didn't have to go there.
Exactly. So did you see what else I had in the notes about the fight? What the aftermath of it and
Yes,
their
I
recent.
did.
Yeah, so their recent interviews is that they said that it was they made it up.
I
And
don't know about that.
I don't know either.
I don't
And
know. And when I read that you said that, there was a flash in my mind where when he had her close and he was talking to her and holding her, and he had this big smile on his face, and it fed kind of to that thing. I was like, well, maybe they were acting, right? Maybe they were acting, but it felt more to me like he thought she was still kind of playing, and he's kind of like, girl, get over here, quit acting like that kind of type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's maybe why he was keeping the smile on his face. He's on screen. He's probably
mhm,
embarrassed and don't right away want to go to that space. So I felt like that smile was his way of trying to stay there and not get
mm,
angry, right? He held it for as long as he could. Because if you hear him throughout the taping, he's saying, There she go, like talking to him in his face again. She's saying she's
Right.
crossing the boundaries. She's flirting. I thought we wasn't gonna do this, right? So I feel like that smile was his last ditch effort, right, to keep from flipping. If that's the way it played out for me. But when you said that about them saying they were faking, I was like, maybe that smile was because they were faking. Now you got me all messed up. I don't know.
Exactly. And and I didn't know this, and this was all on YouTube. So it wasn't, I didn't dig for this one. It just came up. But this happened, they did this show 2 years ago, which I didn't know that
Wow.
either. So
Mhm.
they had time, put it
To
like this.
concoct their story.
Yeah, well, not only that they had time to okay, if it was fake, excuse me, if it was real, to, what, I shouldn't have put my hands on her, or she's
How do
saying
I
same
clean
thing, I
this
shouldn't
up?
put my clean it up. We've been working on ourselves and whatever comes with it. But even if it's fake, like, you're gonna do anything for $1 just for, and
Well,
nowadays
of
it's not
course
even
they
15 minutes.
do. You see it all the time. You see it all the time on a lot of reality shows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something. I was disgusted. I was like, what in the Zeus TV is going on here? This is not it. This is not. When I
Honey, I
saw
was
it,
like, "Oh, they are a mess."
and she said earlier in the episode that when they meet, and I'm so bad with remembering exactly, but pretty much, if he's not the one, like, I'm gone. So let's see what happens with the
Yeah,
next.
I'm curious. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
may I read some comments?
Yes.
Superfood said the TV producers will have people acting outside of their boundaries for views. She would
Mhm.
have gotten him up off of her in real life by sneak calling some of the men friends or some ride or die girls. Wait a minute. I need to watch it again. Were there any men in the kitchen when all this was going on?
There were a lot of people, but if you notice, he kept pursuing her, which was uncomfortable, and that's what I mean. If you notice, she consistently keeps walking away from him, and he's following her around the dining room table. So because it's so cut and chopped, it starts one place and then it kind of just carries on. If you notice, it
Oh,
doesn't look like they're in the same area where it started. She's constantly walking, and he's constantly coming after her, right?
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, if you notice, there's a scene where she's walking around the table and he's coming around the table to come up on her, and that's where he kind of gets in her space and is holding her, and she keeps trying to like get away, and he keeps
Ooh,
holding her. So I don't
see.
know. I don't know. I do know that producers will, I've heard it tons and tons of time. And that's why they said you got to be careful because the way they chop and edit things and make it look a certain way. And they encourage you to, act in certain ways for ratings. It's for ratings, right? I mean,
Mhm.
and that's our fault. I think that's our fault. What do you think?
Yeah, you're there. They're gonna work with what you give them, and they can edit it any kind of way they want to. And you have
But
one
I'm not even
story.
talking about the actors or I shouldn't say actors because he's supposed to be
You're
real
talking about the
life.
producers, right?
No, us as viewers.
Oh, I didn't catch
Because
that.
if they wasn't cutting the fool, we probably would in the first 15 minutes be gone to the next show.
Yes, that's true.
So they
Oh,
just giving us more of what they think people want, right? Because if they were just this loving couple and everybody was on the right page and everybody was saying the right things and working on their stuff, people would be like, that show is so boring. I can't even watch it.
girl, if that was a Yana, she'd be like, not on my watch.
But she brings the drama. You get what I'm saying? But I think us as audience members, that's our fault. We thrive.
Yes, yes, or be on YouTube talking about it.
Right.
Shayna said, this couple here, shaking my head. Did you see that they were up and down these YouTube streets saying this was all a fake
That's
storyline?
what you were saying.
He was even in your comments. What? Him putting his hands on her wasn't fake. Shayna, girl. He was in your comment section.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't think it was fake, but we will never really know. You know what I'm saying?
See, this is what I love. Shayna also said they didn't get paid enough to act a fool like this. And where was security? Shaking my head.
The whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time, if you notice, he was getting annoyed. It was coming on. He kept making comments. You could tell that it was getting underneath his skin. He was pursuing her. She kept trying to get away. It was obvious she was uncomfortable. She never set the boundary or said, I'm going to need you to let me go. This is uncomfortable for me. And that's why it escalated to where it escalated. But my thing is, the producers probably saw that and knew that's how it was going to turn out. You think they're going to stop it? No, it's just like she said, they're going to feed it.
Right. And from other reality shows I've seen, people have less of a physical altercation and security would run out.
Mm-hmm.
So Shayna's on point with that. Where was security? Because that was, I was really surprised that they showed that on TV. That was a lot for it to be on network.
And he was just tossing her like a rag doll. Now she was the one swinging. Because if y'all really want to be fair, yes, he shoved her. But if you notice, she was swinging, and he was just kind of like, get out of here, kind of pushing her back, right? It wasn't like he was coming with the full fist. You know what I mean? He wasn't coming at her aggressively like that. But she was swinging on him, right? And he was kind of just catching them swings and just flicking her. I don't mean laugh, because there's by no means necessary domestic violence punishment,
Right.
right? But he was kind of just like, get that in, like tennis match. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Right? Yeah.
Girl. All right, let's show this last couple because I have to go. You know, I'm in a pickleball league.
Oh, yeah, girl. But I got a question for you before we go into that. I want to know if I could do rapid round on you at the end.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yes, for sure.
Sorry. Okay. I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to cut off any of that. Let's see if this is.
You do whatever your girl tell you to do. I'm the type of like, I give that woman 3 to 4 great nights and I disappear for a whole week, 2 weeks.
Oh, you playing?
You know what that does? What y'all boys seem to not understand is that no matter how good you treat that woman, no matter how much time you spend with her or don't spend with her, she's always gonna look for another eventually. Me and Cynthia, we're not dating. We're not like on an exclusive. She's not my girlfriend. I'm not her boyfriend. I talk to a lot of girls. I flirt with a lot of girls. I'm a guy that I get a lot of girls. I get girls very easy.
Chris is telling everybody that he's not in a relationship, that he can flirt. That makes me feel uncomfortable. And Chris is being very disrespectful towards me.
Hello. Can you go? Can you leave? Hello, bye-bye.
You want to ear hustle? Okay. Your girl ear hustling, so go ahead, continue.
You do whatever your girl tell you.
Mm.
Time you spend with her or don't spend with her, she's always gonna look for another.
Girl,
I know that got underneath your skin.
that was so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But in the beginning of the show, he told her, he gave her the blueprint. He said, I'm probably going to say 3, 4, 5 things that may not want to hear, something like that. He told her, I'm not blaming her for anything. I'm just going on what he said. He told her. That sometimes we really need to listen to what people tell us.
Like you say, get out the Q-tips and clean those ears out, right?
Clean the ears. He told her. And I believe a lot of times people do tell us their blueprint, but we put on the rose-colored blinders and earplugs to make it look pretty and hear something different. He told her.
Mm-hmm.
And
he did.
He did it.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to say some offensive things, 3, 4, 5 offensive things. He let her know from the gate. Yeah.
He did. He absolutely.
But, I have an opinion about that, because I'm kind of like, people think because they tell you, because they're self-aware and they know they rude, that makes it right. or that makes it
Right.
okay.
That's just how I am.
Girl, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he's telling her to leave, and then the men are chiming in, pointing their fingers. Girl, Ursula from years ago, boy.
I know. Ursula's having a
Girl.
fit right now, honey.
Ooh.
Yeah, that I do think that it was disrespectful, you know what I mean? But not maybe for the same reason or degree that you may think is disrespectful.
Talk to me.
Like, to me, it came off a little bit more like, I'm with the boys. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go, go. What you doing in here? Get out of here. I'm with the boys, right? I'm having male talk, right? But I feel like it was disrespectful because of the certain things that he said. It seems like
Yeah.
he downplayed their relationship, his interest in her. It didn't now when you said about the being a liar and their actions not matching up with their words, he gives me that impression, not the other guy, this guy, right? Because in certain scenes, and I don't know if I'm speaking ahead from what's supposed to be coming up but he's into her. He's into her. He's saying certain things, right? And then it seems like all of a sudden, she ain't nothing to me. Get that straight. I run through women like I run through glasses of water. You know what I mean? Like, so again, is that identity stuff? Is that identity stuff, or is this really who he is and who he chooses to be? Because it seemed real put on for me. Did it feel put on for you?
He did seem like he was acting extra, but because he said, and I didn't go in his TikTok because I don't know,
Because you
but
just took him for his word.
right, I take him for his word, and I also took it. I don't have her name, Sandia. I took it for her word as well because she said in the beginning that she gave him his accolades, and then she said if there's a red flag is that he flirts too much. So they
But
both were
flirting
saying
is one thing. You know what I mean? Flirting is one thing. We're talking about totally not claiming you. You know what I mean? Is it really flirting if he's letting you know that you ain't nobody to him and y'all ain't nothing? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know. Something is off there.
they are definitely not in alignment. They
Yeah.
just are not. They are
Yeah,
not.
they hit me again as that mid couple, the couple I'm not overly interested in finding out what's going to happen with them, right? And they're kind of fall in the middle. They don't really I feel kind of just like,
I'm interested more in if she is going to stick around. Because, well, let me back up. If he continues with this same bravado and how he's acting, and if she continues to stay or decides to stay around, that's what I'm curious about. Because he is already showing clown behavior. He just is.
Oh, absolutely. And she seems more authentic, genuine,
Passive.
like she might, but she also seems like she's on there because she really wants something, because she talked about her family's, spirituality and her values and things like that. So I do see that. And maybe that's why they kind of just fall in that gray area for me, because I don't necessarily think they're going to make it anyway. I don't really see them.
No, they're
And
not.
that's probably why I don't have no interest. I probably already wrote them off like that ain't gonna last.
Yeah. She seems like you said, she seems there for a genuine connection. He seems like he's there to get his Instagram followers up.
I don't know. I think he's there to be the man, the showboat, right? To sit in front of that
Yeah.
man and kind of, yeah. Yeah. I think he was disrespectful by doing that. But I don't necessarily, when he asked her to leave the kitchen, I don't really think that he was just meant to be disrespectful to her. But that's just me.
Shayna said he cared more about impressing the men than her. Oh, yeah.
That's what I
You all are
mean.
saying the
That's what
same
I think
thing.
it's about. I think that's what it's about. That male camaraderie. He need friends. That's what this is about. That's why he on there.
Yeah. And he comes off insecure too. I'm not sure which he seems also like he's putting on extra.
Identity.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you did say that.
I think I did.
You did. You sure
Mhm.
did. But it just clicked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Let's see. People act up for free. He was happy to cut up, doing it for the gram and showing his true colors. I think we're talking about oh boy.
Uh,
I forgot
which
his
one?
the fight, the Mike Tyson couple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So let's go into, or unless you had any more to say, because we're gonna
About that,
revisit this.
I'm gray on that couple. I don't have a whole lot to say about that couple. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm not really invested on figuring out if they're gonna make it because I just really don't. If they make it, I'll be happy for them, but I don't see it.
yeah.
Hmm
I don't either. I want her to find someone who's into
Yeah, she
her.
seems like, I mean, from one episode, she seems like a nice lady
She
and she deserves
does.
fine. Yeah.
And she's so pretty too. Real
Oh yeah,
pretty
very.
smile.
But her personality too. That does it.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
hmm
She seems genuine. Um, yeah, we'll put it to rest. If you all have any more comments, just drop them in while we do this rapid fire. And if before we do the rapid fire, everyone, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure and share this video so that we're popping the hood and looking under the hood because it's more than just what we see. You know, we're looking at people's behaviors because some of it can
hmm
mirror what we've seen or what we have even done.
hmm
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Make sure you
You know,
follow Viola. I'll drop your website again in the chat.
mhm.
And let's go on and do this rapid fire. Let me drop your website again.
I am so excited, right, about doing rapid fire on you. I'm probably
Yeah.
more excited than I should be. I'm like, yes, as many times as I've been on here, you always get me in rapid fire. So I'm like, my turn. Yay.
Okay, I'm with it.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so first, most likely to stay together or marry.
Oh, the cooking couple.
I
The
said them too. I said them too. That's Millie and Greg, right?
Millie and
No,
Greg.
Millie,
Yeah.
no, Millie and Greg are the other ones. That's Brandon and Sierra.
Yes.
Yes. I said
I,
Brandon and Sierra too. And I also said as my second choice, Millie and Greg might make it.
it's the cutie pie with the guy with the
Mhm,
afro.
mhm. Yeah, the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next. Most likely to break up before or soon after the show wraps.
The last couple we talked about. The
Oh,
bravado.
Dominique and Alexis. Ain't his
I
name
had
Dominique? The fighters,
the
right?
fighters
Okay. Who?
and
Okay.
the fighters and the
You said the
sister from
two.
Haiti.
Yes, Sandia and Chris.
Sandia and
I said
Chris.
them too. Yep, I said those two. I said Alexis and Dominique and Chris and Sandia. Next
Mhm.
one. Most likely to commit a crime together.
Oh, the fighting couple for sure. They seem like
Mm-mm. You think so? Together.
yes.
You think so?
Wait, let me think of the other couples. I think yeah, the fighting couple together, and I could just see the brother that had all the trauma, the 12-year.
Mm.
I think if he was to do something, she would just go along just to well, I'm with
I
him.
said Shay and Josh. I said Shay and Josh, and I also said Greg and Millie, the Los Angeles couple. There's something about them. I feel a ride or die energy going on there. I
What?
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Last rapid fire question. Most likely to commit a crime against the other.
the fighting couple.
That's
The
because
fighting
you know they was
couple.
number one on the list.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they
definitely
gonna
them.
commit a crime together and against one another is basically what you're saying.
Exactly. They're just toxic AF all across the board. Honorable mention. I don't think it could happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. The Chris and Sandia, probably because she's tired putting up with his ish, and she may just do something against him because she just held it in for all these years, and it would be a crime of passion.
She might snap, huh? I don't think
Snap.
she's gonna stick around long enough to snap.
I hope
I
not.
think she gives me no nonsense. Like, I think she wants it. I think it's obvious how much she wants it, but I also think that she ain't tolerating all that.
I hope not, because the way
I
she
hope
was,
not. We finna see, because I hope not.
the
Yeah.
way she was leaning against that wall in the kitchen, I'm like, girl, air the kitchen out.
Yeah, she did kind of have that look like, for real. Okay, that's what you're gonna do.
Like, ma'am,
Yeah,
this is the time. But
yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't have been leaning on that.
You're right.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be leaning on that wall that long. So
Mhm. Oh yeah.
this
This has
was
been
good.
amazing. I love it.
This was good. You all let us know your thoughts. Slide up in our DMs. Make sure you follow Viola at Eyewitness Counseling. The link is live. So let us know. This was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun to have a
It's a
different
break
perspective.
from the norm of what we normally do. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
therapeutic and the serious, right? Just being able to just talk about our opinions. Don't shoot me. These are my opinions, y'all. These are my opinions.
It's mine. It's mine.
Right.
So you all make sure, please share this video. Thank you for commenting. The chat was funny and yet informative as well,
Absolutely. Oh
as
yeah.
usual. And we will see you all at the next episode.
Yes. Next
Lori,
week.
next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Have a good evening. Oh, Lori, guess what?
What?
You a Black girl that has her shift together.
I know that's right.
This for the queens, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and Buddha walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun-kissed goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti, black girl magic, melanin popping, whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together. These black